Hi everyone, welcome to another episode of Tech Broadcast. I have Gokul and Priya alongside with me. Great to have you both again. I think in today's episode we'll be diving into Copilot licenses and adoption and how organizations can better do an adoption strategy to have a great path. Over to you, Priya, for sharing your views on licensing.
Thank you so much, Ram. Hi, Gokul, and I'm excited to be a part of the podcast today. So, yeah, it's a very interesting topic, M365 Copilot licensing, because many people or many companies who want to adopt for Copilot, they have a lot of questions around this. So, we will make it simple in today's session. So, Microsoft tells that there is a certain set of prerequisites that needs to be there. These are the prerequisite licenses that a customer or a company should have before even they adopt for Copilot, right? So, like if you see there are business standard, business premium, business basic, and if it is enterprise level, you can see the E3 and E5 licenses. So Copilot offers Copilot free and Copilot free business. Okay, so this kind of license, why Microsoft is offering, is because they need people to try the flavor of Copilot, because all the institutions are not sure on which Copilot or is it actually required for their company, right? So you can go for this. So let me explain. Copilot free is something like if you have a personal Microsoft account, right? So then you can opt for Copilot free. So it is not going to access any of your Office apps data, but it is for basically for the personal use. So if you're having a Copilot individual license, you can go for this. So what it can do is it can summarize topics for you, similar to Chat GPT, but it is like it can create images, and it is available across web or Windows, all the different platforms. So if you see Copilot free business, right? So this is for the business users, which means you should be part of any organization or any company, and then you can use this free. There are certain set of licenses which you need to have where you can use this Copilot free version. And the major difference between these two is that the business thing is enterprise data protection. Like the EDR is already enabled there, because your company, if they are using M365 license, they would already comply with the company standards, right? So same with the Copilot as well. Also, if you are a user, a business user, the Copilot permissions will inherit your user permissions. And the point we need to remember, even in Copilot free, you cannot access your SharePoint or OneDrive data. It is for as an individual, you can use it, right? And moving on to the next thing is the Copilot Pro. So Copilot Pro is like we spoke about Copilot free for individual account. Let's say I'm an entrepreneur, or I'm a person who is having my own business. I'm the only person working on it. Then I should go for Copilot Pro. So major features here are like it has access to GPT-4, and also the response time is much faster comparatively. And also content creation, it has a faster performance, and it can be integrated with, let's say if you're having your own Word, Excel, PowerPoint, Outlook, it can be integrated. So each apps have their own Copilot capability, which we will discuss in detail in future slides, like drafting emails or creating a PowerPoint slide. So if you want all these to be utilized, then you need to go for a Copilot Pro option, right? And this is a subscription base, so you have to pay for it monthly. And if you are on a family pack, each individual account need to have a Copilot Pro subscription. So, and apart from this, what I can say is that, so if you are an individual user, you can go for a Copilot free or a business free if you're a business user. And then if for individual account, the advanced level is the Copilot Pro version.
Yeah, thanks, Priya. Thanks for helping us understand. Microsoft offers free licenses as well for their customers for both personal people who have got personal Microsoft account and also for people who have got the enterprise account, right? So I just want to add a point around the key differences between Copilot free licenses, which comes with the personal account and which comes with the enterprise account. So the license, the free license which comes with the personal account is nothing but people can just log into copilot.microsoft.com website using their Microsoft ID, and they can start using the service for free, and they can integrate it with their browser, and they can use that add-in to summarize any website that they are looking for reading, right? So the key difference here is, and you rightly mentioned enterprise data protection, right? So when I use my personal account and when I try to do certain prompts with the Copilot web, my prompts will be used for training the model. But when it comes to the enterprise data protection model, when people try to use Copilot chat, and if they try to ask queries, and if they add their prompts, those prompts will not be used by Microsoft to train the AI model. So that's where we call it as a enterprise data protection. And one more difference here is, not every user who has got a tenant will have access to this free Copilot business subscription. It is only for people who have got enterprise licenses, right? Let's say I have enterprise E3 or E5. Under that, I can find an option called enterprise E3 extra features or enterprise E5 extra features. So you have to enable that option only then when your user logs into copilot.microsoft.com with your organization ID. He can see that the account is protected, and it falls under the data protection model. So this is all about the free version. And Priya, is it possible for you to help me understand the different types of paid Copilot license and its features?
Great. Yes, that is very informative, Gokul. Sure. So the next thing is that whatever, like as you told, if a customer is having an enterprise level license like E3 or E5, they can add Copilot as an add-on license, which is $30 per month, right? So if you compare the E3 and E5, you will have all the Copilot features. That is, it can be integrated with your Word, Excel, PowerPoint, the company data, and Microsoft Graph integration. But and also the enterprise grade level protection, so which your company already implies to. Comparatively, in E5, which will have all the features of E3, and inclusively, it will have advanced security and compliance, Defender, Purview, all these things, right? So, security wise, E5 is much better. So, same with the M3, difference between the M365 E3 and E5 license. With Copilot, also, it remains the same. So, here, Defender can interact with Copilot, Purview can interact with Copilot, which we discussed in the previous session. So, how they can intervene, right? And the next thing is that if you are a small business customer, like a business standard or a business premium, the same level. So for business standard, you will have Copilot in Outlook, Word, and with premium, you can have it included with Intune and provide a advanced security. So this is also a subscription based model where it is $30 per month, right? So these are the key features of the enterprise level licenses where you can include it as an add-on.
Yeah, thanks, Priya. I think one major question that anyone who's newly starting would have is the difference between a Copilot and M365 Copilot, right? Like, say, as an organization, I can think, why should I purchase a M365 Copilot license for like $30 if I'm gonna get it for a free service? So, any thoughts on what the major difference are between these two?
Yes, that's a great question, Ram. I've came across a lot of questions from the similar question, right? So why do we need to go? Why should I go and purchase a $30, right? So major thing is you have Copilot Chat and M365 Copilot, right? So we need to understand the architecture level difference. So I will just show you how the Copilot architecture works, right? So here, if you see, in a free version, we are not accessing the SharePoint or OneDrive data, which means the integration, the Microsoft Graph integration is not happening there. But with the paid version where you pay $30 per month, so what happens is that if your company is having SharePoint, OneDrive, Teams, it can communicate with that. Copilot can communicate with that. Let's say you are having a Teams call and you want to summarize. Okay, let's say you are not able to attend the Teams call and you want to summarize it. Yeah, Copilot will do it for you because a Teams chat or Teams call is stored as in the SharePoint, right, as a site. So the data is there and you are able to access it. But with the free version, you will not be able to access it. So this comes as a bundle where you can draft emails. It's highly secured, and also you have this Microsoft Graph integration. And many companies, they why they want to go with this, it's a single shot payment, but you're getting all the advanced level of features when you're having the enterprise level licenses. Hope I was able to clear this. Ram and Gokul, would you like to add any more points to this?
Yeah, definitely. So you pretty well covered about the architecture, right? So what is the difference between the Copilot Web and the M365 Copilot? One more thing, Rama, for organizations who have this question, right? So Microsoft Copilot Web is just a web based, but Copilot M365 is something can be integrated with your Office apps as well. So people who have got the license enabled can find Copilot in all of their Office apps that they're using. For example, Teams, Word, PowerPoint, Excel, and even Outlook, right? So that functionality is the key difference here, which will help people to help Copilot in their day-to-day work. Because office apps are something very important for any I mean industry person, right? So they use those applications on a daily basis, and Copilot helping them to uh, do things faster and save time is a key difference. And
Yeah.
when Priya talked about the graph option, it's more of an extensibility where Copilot can even talk outside your Office application. It can be integrated with the third party services as well.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
I think
that's
with
clear.
Copilot M365, as you guys said, it's like the extensibility option it provides, where it provides a better ROI in terms of the investments that you are making. And definitely, the Copilot Web is more of like a vanilla version where you can give it a shot with your organization to see how people adopt to it before getting into the extensibility. And also, I can see the evaluation of Copilot Web has been truly impressive, right? Like from the stage where it started a year back, and if you could see when you people talked about the enhanced data protection or uploading a data into a Copilot free version and then getting the insights out of it. So it has massively massive advancement and capabilities have been added into the free version too. So that's great to know. And Priya, I think we also would like to have some insights about the Copilot Studio licensing. Maybe if you can just quickly touch base on that for anyone who's trying to do some enhancements.
Yes, sure. So before that, I would like to cover the key feature of whatever we spoke now, right? About the Copilot, M365 Copilot, Copilot Pro, and Copilot Chat. So these features are basically like if you see the M365 apps, right? So the target audience are business users who use M365 apps, and for Pro and Chat is for individual users. So before getting into Studio, I would like to put few insight about Copilot Chat. So Copilot Chat is basically, it is a free, but the thing is again it is pay as you go. So when I say pay as you go, in Copilot Chat you can create agents. So let's say if you're creating an agent for your HR workflow, and if you're utilizing it, for those agents you will be you will be billed. So it's pay as you go based on your utilization. And also you have something called Copilot Pages in Copilot Chat. So Copilot Chat, it is also a similar kind of free version. So Pages is something, if I want to interact with my colleague on a specific file, I can post it to Pages, where we can have a interaction on that specific data at the same time. So these are the complete differentiation between the M365 Copilot Chat and M365 Copilot. We will be attaching the relevant links for this in the video. Moving to Copilot Studio. So Copilot Studio, there are three ways you can purchase it. So Copilot Studio is something where you create the agents like we spoke about, right? So one is pay as you go, which is $0.01 per message. And next is message pack. So you can purchase it on the tenant level. So but if you have a Copilot Studio in a Microsoft 360, if you have a Microsoft that $30 subscription, then Copilot Studio is a part of it. The other two options are like message packs or pay as you go, right? So these are the options where any anyone can get into Copilot, but as Ram pinpointed, it is important for the companies to understand which Copilot version based on their usability. Or so they need to decide on which. So it's always better to start with the free version and move it from there. Thank you, Ram.
Yeah, I think there's a recently the billing rates and the managing of messages has been revised by Microsoft as well based on the feedback provided by the customer. So I think we might have to link that as well into the podcast video because as you pointed out, Priya, it depends upon the use cases because there are a lot of different types of messaging which happens within Studio, right? It could be a classic answer or a Gen AI answer, or there could be some flows as well. So for each of these actions, the message types are different, so organization should have some basic understanding of what they're gonna do in terms of the use cases before going into that.
Great. Yeah.
Thanks, Priya, for helping us understand the different types of licenses and its features. It's good to know. So, for anyone who starts thinking of starting with Copilot, right, I think this topic will definitely help them to understand what are the different types of licensing model we have. I mean, we have got from Microsoft, and what would be the best option for them to start with, right? So, thanks, Priya and Ram, for helping us understand the Copilot licensing. So that's all for today. So I think we have to talk more about adoption challenges and everything, right? I think we have to reconnect again in our next podcast, which where we will be talking more about Copilot adoption challenges and etc. So thanks everyone. Thanks for joining the session. Ram, Priya. Sorry, before I end this, you guys have anything to add here?
It was a great session as Priya and Google, right? Like I think you summarized in terms of the options available, but it's up to the organizations to choose which one suits them better. And then, as we always say, start slower in terms of a smaller pilots, try it out, and then do a larger adoption. Yeah.
Yeah, that is a point. Yeah, I also agree with that. So it's important for us to decide on which Copilot license we need to go and what are the things we are planning to do via Copilot. So we need to do the initial planning first, and then we can go for Copilot. Thank you so much for this opportunity, and I believe it would have given insight for the people who listen to this podcast. Thank you.
Thank you
Thanks
both.
everyone.
See you soon.